pretty condom. Look how pretty it is. I mean, does a cheating man have to go to the extent of even impressing the side chick with a pretty condom, with a feminine looking design, very exquisite looking condom? Mm. I found it in his pocket when I was prepping the laundry last night. I'm gonna put it back right where I found it after doing the laundry. But it's not going to be in the same state because
First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well, teach this truth in all honesty and sincerity. And salutations to you, brothers around the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth to wake up the hopeful elect or the elect men of Israel. Um, and salutations to you, Aqua, that's listening, learning in silence, playing your creation role the way it was meant to be. Um, Unlike this foolish woman here, I came across this video, and with all the witchcraft going on and the wickedness that these women are showing that they are involved in, you know, it just bothered me. This is vexing, man. You know, um, the devil, who we know is Esau, the devil incarnated, has beguiled our women to think that life is supposed to be lived the way the serpent told them that it's supposed to be lived. And when you get into people's head the way the serpent has got into Eve's head and beguiled her, just like back in the garden in Genesis the third chapter, it they believe that they're being done wrong. They believe that things should be a different way. And time and time, week after week, month after month, year after year, women say the same thing. Oh, somebody cheated on me, cheated this and cheated that. And, you know, I thought you only cheated at games. It's either adultery or it's not, you know. But I'll let, play some more of the video and grab some scriptures. You know,
I have to make sure that he suffers the consequences of his his investment. You know, when you make an investment, you take risk. Okay, some of the risks are beneficial, some of them are not. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't benefit from this one. This one, and I'll show you. Here, get you a habanero pepper, a bowl of water, drop it in there, stick it in the microwave. Bring it to a boil. Let it go. Make it real soft. And then we're gonna move on to the next step.
editorial on how to
Take it out.
sabotage your man.
I have just a little bit of water in there, not much. I'm gonna crush it. You wanna strain it. Make sure you're not leaving any pepper particles in it. See that? That's all we need. That's all we need. Let's move on. I mean, I feel proud of him that he's trying to protect himself, but he knows he's not supposed to be cheating on me, so
Mm.
here we go. This is still pepper juice from the habanero.
Let's see what she say. He knows he's not supposed to be cheating on me. You know, and Esau makes these laws when you get married that you take these vows that it's not every man is gonna be that way. You have some men where they're fine with one woman. They don't have an issue with that, and that's fine and dandy, you know. But let's see what the scripture says about the laws of multiple women. Um, go to the book of Exodus, chapter 21, and verse 10, and it reads, "If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish." So, if a man takes another wife, that means he still has to provide and protect and take care and have sex with his wife that he had. What it is it's no such thing as cheating in the scriptures. It's either adultery or it's not. If a man lie with another man's woman, that's adultery. If a woman lies with another man outside that's not her husband, that's adultery. If a man gets another woman that's not betrothed to anybody or engaged or that's not married to another man, then that's fair game. He's adding a wife unto himself. Countless scriptures of men in the scriptures that had multiple wives and many children. You know, even Esau had multiple wives. But today, in these times, he'll make it illegal to live the way that the ancient Hebrews lived. A lot of the Eastern world still lives that way because it's balance, it's order. You know, and Esau knows he knows the truth. That's how he can make the perfect lies and deceive to the max. This woman is deceived, man, and she's out of her mind. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, like her clothing, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. You know, so he basically take care of both of them. You know, and in today's time, it's not really wise to try to add wives unto yourself. You know, it happens. You know, you shouldn't be trying to heap all manner of women to yourself because we don't have the resources and the land, and we're not governing ourselves the way we used to live the way we you know by the laws God gave us. So we have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, as the scripture tells us to.
This is his condom. A very pretty condom he's going to use for the sidekick.
There's so much
And
jealousy.
luckily for me, I got some of these. Yep. Syringe and a needle. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this, I'll keep it. Just in case I find another condom around the house. So y'all already know what we gotta do. I think that's good enough. Alright, so let's do it. Let's get some of the air out of that. Oh, there it is. Now we're gonna put some of this inside the back of the condom. But we gotta be very careful while we pierce this thing so we're not putting really little bit of hole. Let's put the habanero in there.
This woman is mad, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, and verse 1. What would a woman like this do when this prophecy comes to pass? This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. And so when all shit hits the fan and all hell breaks loose, it's gonna be women trying to join themselves unto a man, especially the men of the Lord who know what's going on, who are protected and led by the Most High and the spirit of um spirit of the Lord. Because I guarantee you, ain't no man gonna be putting up with a woman that's bickering and arguing and talking about this is my man. You gonna be cast out to the streets, man. It's gonna be about safety and survival then. I guarantee you not gonna be talking about some no, this is my man. They're gonna be trying to be safe under a man who knows what he's talking about and who knows what's happening and what's going on. But anyhow, she injected the dang on packet of condom with habanero juice, man. That's crazy, man. Um, we'll get another um precept because I mean, hey, this shows you that this devil has got into the minds of these women, man. So like, get bear with me. This is 2 Samuel chapter 5 and verse 13. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David. So, um, would David be? David would be in the wrong for taking wives and concubines. He would be women. A woman like this would say he's in the wrong. He cheated on me. No, you women listening to the serpent, and he's gonna lead you down a path where you're gonna be out here by yourself, man. You're gonna be out here in the streets, man, by yourself, being a victim of whatever is going on in the streets, man. You ain't gonna have no covering. doing evil shit like this. Um, Grab another precept in the book of Micah, because this is exactly what will happen to women like this. You know, what man is, especially a man that understands the truth. Esau makes it to where you have to sneak and lie, and this is Micah, the book of Micah, chapter 7, and verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. Yeah, because a woman like this, ain't no man gonna be trying to save her and putting up with things like this when all hell breaking loose. You gonna be out to the wolves, man. Um, um, Hop to the Apocrypha in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, and this chapter is it goes into um, women and their wickedness a very great deal, man. You know, and the Apocrypha, it explains, it goes deep, and that was one of the reasons they took it out of the original Bible, man. You'll never hear this in your church house, so-called church houses. This is a Sirach chapter 25 and verse. I start at verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. You know, and it could be that her husband, is, you know, not following, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, and this is why he end up in this position. But nevertheless, this is a wicked ass woman right here. You know, and the scriptures say, "Let the portion of a sin, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." And she's gonna get her judgment. It's just you see the level that women go through to over jealousy, and it wasn't. You had competition, a little jealousy here and there between women, you know, um, in the ancient times, but they stayed in their lane. You know, a woman just wanted to be joined to a man, you know, and was obedient, not to bring shame unto her fathers, man, and her mother. But these women these days, they don't care. They just only care about, what Esau told them, what Sleazy E told them. You deserve better than this. Oh no, you're equal to a man. Oh, you can do this, you can do that. He shouldn't be doing this to you. But there's no regard on what the Most High said in His Word. But I'll jump to the book of Second Corinthians. You know, these scriptures are not read in the Christian church, or in these churches, man. This is the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahushua Hamashiach. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. And Esau comes to Eve, especially presenting another uh, um presenting another gospel, and putting her in another spirit that is not of the spirit of what the word says a woman should be in. He gave them liberation, and the scripture is against that, giving liberation to women. He tells them that they're equal, which the scripture says that the woman is in subjection unto her husband, and I'll get that here in a second. Um, he has created a system and a society where everything is turned around and backwards. It's okay if a woman goes and sleep with all these different men, which that's how diseases spread when people share women. That's something that's not to be shared. But it's against the law for a man to have multiple wives. Here you can marry a tree if you wanted to. Same sex marriage is okay, but a man cannot have multiple women. Are you kidding me? Folks sleeping with animals, that's perfectly fine in Esau society. But whatever the scriptures say, it's illegal here. And all you women and simps that adhere to what Esau's pushing down your throats and steady showing you in these movies and television series, you're gonna fall right with them. You gonna be thrust through right with them. You know, um, I jump back to the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 16, and it says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow shalt in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." So why is Esau telling you that it's 50-50, it's equality amongst men and women, and it's not. If your husband rule over you, and you understand that and you know that in your mind, you wouldn't be doing stuff like this. Like she said, I'm glad he's protecting himself and this and that, but she wants to be tough and prove something to the world that she really when I looked up that word desire, it went into a few definitions, and one of them that popped up was in an evil sense, like to covet, or you know to long for. And a lot of these women, man, they wish that they had a male phallus. They wish they had a rod, man. They desire to have. They desire to be of a man. You know, they really envy the authority the Most High gave us as men, and that's the wrong spirit to be in. Um, Play a little more, and I'll end off with a scripture. Wow, you just injecting habanero juice into your husband condom, man.
I got all of it in there. This thing, it kind of works like aluminum foil, so you can just press down that little hole so that it's not leaking. Yeah, it kind
Wow.
of works like an aluminum foil. And you know, men don't pay attention.
See?
He's just gonna grab this thing out of his pocket and go straight for it. You know, let's shake it up a little bit so we can get everywhere
Damn.
on this condom. So I'm just gonna put it right back in his pants pocket. And I wish him well, him and the side chick, because that puna puna is going to be set ablaze. It's going to be burning up like a very nasty yeast infection. I wish him well.
And she's happy about that. She's happy about that. Um, Go to the book of the First Timothy. Um, um, and it's First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. Um, Salakia. Salakia. Bear with me. Salakia. Yeah, First Timothy. Um, this is First Timothy chapter 2 and starting at verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. And it said, learn in silence with all subjection. And that subjection is to be to your husband. Now I'm gonna jump to to chapter 3 and starting at chapter 1, because this is what the scripture says: a man that has to be the husband of one wife. This is a true saying: if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, and of good behavior, giving to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine or striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. Now, that's who the scriptures say must have one wife. That's um, you know, who should not try to heap multiple wives or have multiple wives. But the church reads that and tries to make that across the board. But there are men that will have multiple women because there always are more women in the earth than men. That's the way the Lord set it up for that reason. Scripture tell you that a woman is a prized possession. And oftentimes, well, in the ancient times, you showed your wealth off, but with your women. How many women you have? Oh yeah, he well to do off. He was well off. He has women. He has cattle. That's how you would count your wealth or showcase your wealth. And men like variety. That's no secret. But you women, you know, have a rude awakening ahead of you, man. You women in this spirit, and this is a woman who has been totally beguiled by Esau. But to you Aqua that are playing your creation role and being that help me that you were created to be, I say shalom. And till next time, um, this is your brother Azar from the GMS St. Louis, and Kwam Yasharala, the Bible Ball.